There seems to always be something coming up, whether it be Christmas, birthdays or graduations. There's always an occasion you need the perfect gift. However, if you look online there are so many options, it can be very overwhelming and I never know what to buy or if it will even come on time. So in this video I'll be showing you lots of cute and easy DIY gifts that you can make at home. All of these DIYs take less than half an hour and cost less than $20 to make, so no matter how late you've left it or how little money you have, you can still give the perfect gift. To make these super cute bookmarks you'll need some felt. Fold the felt in half and cut out a rectangle like this. Then cut the rectangle in half so you have two identical pieces. I decided to trim mine down a bit so it's cuter, but you can do whatever size you prefer. Now we're going to draw some cute shapes onto the felt. I printed out a few different sizes of hearts because I'm terrible at drawing, but you can freehand this shape or do any shape you like. So yeah, I just printed out these assorted heart sizes and shapes I found online and then I cut them out. Then I'm placing them on the bookmark to see which size looks best, and I ended up trimming down the larger heart so it fit a bit better because the small one was too small and the big one was too big, so it was a bit of a Goldilocks moment to be honest. But anyway, before drawing on the shape, you'll want to fold one of the felt pieces in thirds and press down on it so it creases. This will divide the bookmark into 3 even sections so it's easier to place the shapes later on. Then place the heart stencil or whatever shape you're using in one of the thirds and draw around it. I'm just using a regular old pen to draw around them and I didn't have any issues, but you can use a fabric pen or a water erasable pen if you're worried about it showing later on. Repeat that 2 more times in the other sections so you have 3 hearts like this. Once that's done, cut them out using some sharp snips. While I was cutting these out, I was listening to my Spotify Wrapped, and I find it so weird because I feel like all the songs they say are my favourite or like my most listened to, I never remember listening to and they're never my favourite songs. Maybe it's because I always listen to the radio and their recommended playlists, so I get a lot of random songs, but yeah, I find it so strange. Like, do you guys have the same issue or is it just me? Anyway, once they look like this, get some fabric scraps from your fabric hoard and place them behind the hearts like this. I wasn't sure what colours I liked best, so I had to play around with different designs until I found one I was happy with. Once you've found your design, pin all the fabric to the felt and then sew around the heart using a needle and thread. I chose this red because it kind of made them look like jam tarts and it made me feel really nostalgic, but you can of course use any colour thread you like. And I'm just sewing in and out, in and out. I don't know what stitch this is, I don't know the name, but it's pretty simple, so I'm sure you can figure it out just by watching this clip. You smart cookie you. Once you've sewn all around the hearts, trim off the excess fabric so it doesn't get in the way later on. And when I say fabric, I mean like the backing fabric or the heart fabric. Don't cut the felt. Then place the heart fabric on top of the other piece of felt and pin them together. I added a ribbon to the top of the bookmark and I pinned it in place to give it a bit more pizzazz and make it look a bit more professional, but that's optional. Then just sew around the entire thing. I'm using this blanket stitch to sew around them because it's cuter and I think it looks a lot more professional. So to sew like this, just insert your needle into both sides of the fabric, then pull the needle into the loop like this and pull through. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's super easy to do, so just follow along and see what I'm doing here. Then just keep sewing around the entire bookmark until you get back to the beginning. Once you've sewn it all around, it should look something like this. These bookmarks are so cute, and every time your loved one reads, they'll be reminded of you. Either give them the bookmarks by themselves, or gift them with their favourite book or a gift card to a bookshop. For the brown sugar scrub, mix together a half a cup of brown sugar, half a cup of raw sugar, and half a cup of softened coconut oil. I just left mine in the sun for a few minutes to melt, but if it's too cold where you are, you can just pop it in the microwave for a few seconds. Then just mix it all together until it's all incorporated. I decided to add half a cup more raw sugar because I wanted a thicker, chunkier texture, so it's not really an exact recipe, so just keep adding sugar until you're happy with the consistency. I like to use 2 different types of sugar for more exfoliation and a better texture, but you can use any sugar you like. At this point you can also add any essences you like. Vanilla, peppermint or strawberry would work amazingly in this recipe. But because we use the sugar and the coconut oil, it already has kind of a light sugar cookie coconut scent, so I'm just going to keep it like this. Once it's all incorporated, put it into some cute jars. I'm using this massive jar for a body scrub and a mini jar for the lip scrub. All that's left to do is label them and add some cute ribbon. I don't know why I'm struggling so much with tying the ribbon on these guys, but yeah, just label them and then you're good to go. These scrubs will last about 6 months and they're a great present for someone who is obsessed with beauty. I always get super dry and rough skin in the winter months, so I think I'll have to make another batch for presents because I'll be keeping these scrubs for myself. To make the plant kit, first I got these mini pots. I'm going to be painting mine, but you can of course leave yours plain if you like. For the first pot design, I'm doing daisies because I've got like no painting skills and I thought that flowers would be somewhat simple. So yeah, just get some white paint and paint little blobs onto the pot like this. My first flowers were quite wonky because I used a too big brush, so I recommended using a teeny tiny brush for these teeny tiny pots. Just keep painting them on until you're happy with the look. And as you can see, my flowers are different sizes and shapes, which wasn't really the plan in the beginning, but flowers are all unique and beautiful in their own way, so I think it's fine. Once I was happy with the white flower looking blobs, I let it dry and then I went in with some light yellow paint for the flower insides. Again, this was pretty difficult because I was using this giant brush, so I definitely recommend using a smaller one if you can. But even with my subpar painting skills and my giant brush, I think it turned out pretty dang cute in the end. Next I wanted a heart pot. I went with this light pink, but it didn't really show up well on the orange terracotta pot, so I mixed the pink with a bit of red paint and together they made the perfect shade. I found the easiest technique to paint these little hearts was to use the brush bristles as a kind of stamp and stamp either side of the heart like this in a kind of V formation, and it makes it a lot more even than trying to paint them on with the brush like normal. I also changed to a smaller brush finally and it made it so much easier. If you're as bad as painting as me and painting makes you nervous, I highly recommend doing these mini hearts because they were so easy and I think they turned out amazingly cute. Once they dried, I did another coat of red so the hearts look nice and even, and then we're on to the next step of the kit. For the next part of the kit, you'll need a small jar. This is actually an old chili oil jar, but you can use whatever jar you have on hand. I removed the label and gave it a clean, but there was a bit of sticky residue left over, so I removed that with white vinegar. My boyfriend actually sometimes calls me Vinegar Lady because I use vinegar for everything, so I don't know if that's like a cute pet name or if it's an insult, but anyway, just remove the residue so it's sparkling clean. Now my jar had this little man on the top, which I personally think is pretty funny, but I'm not sure if the gift receiver would appreciate it, so I'm going to paint over it. So I did a base coat of white, and then once that was dry, I did 2 coats of red so it was nice and opaque. And the gift receiver would never know that secretly there's a tiny little man at the top of this jar. I then got some indoor potting mix to put in the jar, and then just write a cute message and add a wee bow, and we're almost finished with this gift. You'll also need to add some cute seeds so they can actually grow something with their kit. I recommend buying seeds that grow well in small pots like herbs or flowers, and I just got these ones because I like the pretty packaging, but you can of course get anything you like or anything you think they'll like. To put it all together, place everything into a box. I'm just using this old cardboard one to save money, and for the inside I got some old paper bags and then I cut them into strips, and now you have some box filler. I think the rustic box and paper actually kind of works because it's kind of a rustic kind of gift, so they don't look too out of place. So just place everything inside the box so it looks nice. Finally, you can add some popsicle sticks so they can label their plants, and you're done. A DIY plant kit is such a great gift for people who love to garden or who get stressed easily. Not only do plants make people happy and calm, but they also can grow some yummy food to eat or beautiful flowers to brighten up their space. In a large bowl, mix together a half a cup of icing sugar and 1 cup of softened salted butter. If you only have plain butter, just add in a pinch of salt. Beat them together until soft and lighter in colour. I'm doing this with a fork, so it took a few minutes, but you can use an electric beater if you don't have the arm strength. Then add 2 cups of plain flour and mix until well combined. The mixture will be very dry at the beginning, so keep mixing it until it starts coming together. It should have the texture of wet sand. When it won't mix anymore, knead it a few times with your hands. After the kneading, it should be all incorporated and come away from the sides of the bowl. It will be a soft and crumbly dough. Shape the dough into whatever shapes you want your cookies to be. I went for these smashed cookies because we don't have a rolling pin or cookie cutters, but you know, it's rustic. Then bake them at 180 degrees Celsius or 356 degrees Fahrenheit for you weirdos who use that. Bake for 15 to 20 minutes or until lightly browned along all the edges. Let them cool, and once they're cool we can decorate. To decorate, I got this fancy dark chocolate and I microwaved it until it was melted. I then realised that it's normal chocolate, so I had to learn how to temper it, and I'm not sure if I did it properly, so use real chocolate at your own peril. Anyway, I wanted a few different designs, so I split the cookies into 3 piles. The first design I wanted was a chocolate drizzle, so I drizzled the chocolate on top of them, which was super satisfying, and I think it looks super cute in like a messy homemade kind of way. Next, I wanted a half dip design, so I dipped the cookies in the melted chocolate, and at this point that was getting a bit too solid, so I used a spoon to kind of smear the chocolate on evenly, which worked really well. And then I just sprinkled on some toasted almond slivers for that extra crunch. And the last pile of cookies I just decided to keep plain for people who might not like chocolate. I love how these chocolate shortbread cookies turned out. So cute and yummy, and I mean, who doesn't love cookies with a hot cup of cocoa or tea? I actually filmed this a few days ago and my family has already devoured all of them, so they were definitely a big hit. If you're really running out of time to find the perfect gift, try making a gift box. Gift boxes are a great gift idea because you can put anything in them. I decided to make 2 different themed boxes to give you guys some inspo, but there's honestly limitless possibilities on what you can do. The theme for the first box is tea, because who doesn't like a cuppa on a cold, snowy Christmas day? So I got this cute mug and then I wrote this cute note and I tied it on with some ribbon and twine. And then I added that to the box. Since this is a tea themed box, I got a few different types of tea. I'm gonna be real with you, I have no idea if these flavours are good. I just got some random ones I thought looked cute and had fun packaging. But anyway, I also added them to the box like so, and it's already coming along really beautifully. Then I picked up some biscuits, because what's a cup of tea without some biscuits on the side, and I also added a mini chocolate box for some more snacks. Then you just gotta fluff up the items until you're happy with how it looks and you're done. For the next box, the theme is crochet, so firstly I got some really high quality organic cotton yarn to add to the box. Then I found some patterns that they could make using the supplies I got, and I printed out a few different options so they could pick which one they like best. I just found some free patterns online, but there's heaps of paid and free patterns to choose from, so pick something you'll think they like. Anyway, I just printed them out and cut them out. And you can either print out the whole PDF pattern or you can put a QR code on the back of them so it's super easy for them to find the patterns, which I think would be really cute. Then I got this little bag and I put in any little extras they might need, like some yarn needle, some stitch markers and some little snips. And I also got a measuring tape and some crochet hooks, of course. For this one I thought it would be fun to use this fabric box that I sewed as the gift box, so I'll leave a link on how to make that in the description box if you want to make one yourself, but you can of course use whatever box you like. Then I just added everything in and that's it. I love gift boxes so much because they're so customizable, and once you've picked a general theme it's super easy to buy things to stuff them. There's so many different themes you could pick, from superheroes to cats. There's something unique and thoughtful for even the most difficult person to buy for. I hope these DIYs helped you make the perfect gift for your loved one. Let me know what you'll be making that special someone, and if you need any more ideas, I have a playlist full of DIY gift ideas, so I'll leave that link down below. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!